Hey there. I wanted to spend a little bit of time today talking to you about the cheap eBay softboxes. Yes, we all love them. No, we don't. Back when I was first considering getting into doing portrait work, I was looking at all the equipment that was going to be required on it, and yeah, it was so overwhelming. You start looking at lenses and backdrops and stands and everything else. Wow. So what ended up happening was I was looking at a couple of budget items. One just happened to be the eBay softbox. So looked it over, and it was a 20 by 28 softbox, and it was supposed to be, I think, rated at 135 watts, so iridescent. So it was a standard light bulb. Ordered it. I think I got them for $25 each. They were coming out of China. Super pumped. They came in the mail. Came home one day to a standard brown box like every other thing that China comes out of. So came in, opened it up, set everything up. Thought, well, it's not quite as bad as what I thought it was going to be. So put the single 100 watt iridescent bulb in it. Put the diffuser screen over the top of it. Set it up. Turned it on. And I got one step of light out of it. That was it. By the time the 100 watt bulb went through the diffuser on it, it had knocked it down to, actually it was a little bit less than one step of light. I was like, what am I supposed to do with this? This thing barely does anything. So I was a little disappointed, needless to say, so I stuck everything back in the box, and basically I just kind of written it off. I was like, well, I kind of wasted $50 on nothing. So lesson learned. So the next day I was sitting in my office at work at my 9 to 5, and I got to thinking about it, and I was like, well, there's one E27 socket that's rated at 135 watts iridescence, so therefore anything up to 135 watts will be acceptable. You won't be exceeding the electrical components themselves, so you'll be totally safe. So I came up with a plan to increase the softbox to use 4 bulbs instead of 1. So to do this, what you have to do is you have to buy these splitters. This is just a E27 splitter that splits from a single socket to 2 females. This allows you to put 2 bulbs in 1 socket. Home Depot sells these, Lowe's sells these. A lot of people use them on their porches and stuff like that. So these are $2.69. Now, I took it a step further and actually put a splitter in a splitter. So now I have the ability to run 4 bulbs out of 1 socket. So I know what you're saying now is, if your original socket is rated at 135 watts, how are you going to run 4 bulbs off of 1 socket rated at 135 watts? Well, that's because we're not going to run iridescent bulbs. We're going to run LEDs. LED bulbs don't have near the draw as what an iridescent bulb does. These, as a matter of fact, only pull 15.5 watts. We can run 4 bulbs in it at a whopping 62 watts. So we're going to have 400 watts of power. We're going to be pulling half of the rated load on the appliance. And we're also going to purchase dimmable LEDs. So this is actually going to allow us to even make the lights tunable, which will be the next step that I'm going to show you. The other bonus to using LEDs is you can actually get the color temperature that you would like. Some of these can be in the 3,000 range. These happen to be in the 5,000. I think I saw some that were in the 6,500 range. So you can actually have a cold, you can have a daylight temperature rating, or you can actually have a warm. So you can actually get these, and it'll help you out in post a little bit too. You won't have to do quite as much of the light adjustments in it whenever you go to do your post work. So make sure you get the correct wattage, which on LEDs I got the 100 watts just because that's about the biggest that I could find at the Home Depot here. Check what the actual wattage draw is on it. These were 15.5 watts. And make sure you get the correct temperature rating that you're looking for. I got something in the middle of the road, therefore I can adjust either way on it, whichever way I want to go. And also make sure it's dimmable. It'll say on the front of it. That's dimmable right there in the front of it. So it'll say dimmable. Now the next thing is, I ended up making these dimmable boxes. Now these are a little bit harder to make. I mean, they're a little bit harder than screwing in a bulb. This is a regular dimmer switch that goes into your house. I bought an extension cord, I cut it in half, I put it in a weatherproof box, and I wired it up just like you would wire up any electrical outlet in your house. If you don't feel comfortable with doing this part of it, and you have a family member that's decent with electricity or something, have them do it. If you want to, you could probably buy these. I just made them myself because it cost me, I think I made 2 of these for about $25. So this will actually allow you to tune the output of your lights themselves with a turn of a switch. So this way you won't have to worry about putting your diffuser on, taking the diffuser off, removing bulbs, anything else. At this point you leave 4 bulbs in it. If you want a soft low light, turn your rheostat back. If you want it up higher, you turn it up higher. Also, use the extension cord on there. You can actually have these to where your softbox plugs straight in. You plug this into the wall, then you can use this for anything. I actually have these that I made with my original softboxes, and now I've actually upgraded all my softboxes to Westcott Professional. I still use these on my Westcott Professional lights. So I still use these to today just because it's so convenient to just do nothing but turn the rheostat itself and adjust the output of the lights. It's a lot easier than flipping the switches and then doing all that stuff. So this is something I still use every time I use my softboxes. The other thing is you're going to make upgrades as time carries on. Don't throw your eBay softboxes away. They're smaller boxes. I think the ones that I picked up were 20 by 28s. The Westcotts that I have are 32 by 48s. There's been plenty of times where I was shooting stuff where I was, if I needed another light to cast on a backdrop or something like that, where I needed a smaller box to do something with, I drag them out of the closet. I still use them about once a month. I still drag these $25 eBay softboxes out and set them up for casting shadows on backdrops and stuff, and they work incredibly well for that. So with the little bit of money that you have to spend to buy these miscellaneous pieces, you can still use them long term because there'll still be opportunity to use them down the road and around the corner. So sometimes my 2 Westcott Professionals just won't do it for me, and I end up dragging the old eBays out of the closet, set them up, and it really bridges the gap on some of this odd stuff where you would just like a small bit of light from a different angle just to capture something. So what we'll do now is I'll show you the original configuration with the eBay softbox, and this is with a single bulb in it. And there's nothing fancy here. I mean, this is going to be a quick view of it. Now this is going to be the view of the eBay softbox that has the adapter in it that goes from a single to 4 bulbs. This is just a way for you to go from getting almost 1 stop of light out of a incredibly cheap softbox to a little over 4 stops of light with just a little bit of time and money from Home Depot or Lowe's or any place like that. So I hope this has helped you out with maybe bringing some new life back into some old equipment, or trying to correct what you've considered to be a bad investment that you aren't going to be able to use anyway. So maybe this will help you out. If you have any comments or questions, post those down below and I'll help out all I can. Also, if you like it, give me a thumbs up. We're going to be putting out some more equipment type review stuff for photography and also IT stuff, since that's my day job. So we're about to start posting a lot more comments. So subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time. Have a good day.